The ex who mocked her poverty saw her driving a luxury car. 5,000-word story in modern China. The girl who learned to shrink. When Lin Qiao was 17, she learned the art of walking quietly. Not because she wanted to, because poverty trained her to. Her sneakers, off-brand and faded to a pale gray, squeaked on the polished floors of the first experimental high school of Nancheng. Every squeak was like a declaration. I don't belong here. The wealthy kids never had this problem. Their steps made no sound. Perhaps money absorbed the noise. Every morning Lin Qiao arrived earlier than everyone else, slipping into her seat in the back row. She lowered her head, scribbled notes, and prayed no one would notice her frayed backpack or the way her winter coat had been patched 3 times. But someone always noticed. Someone named Chen Hao. With hair perfectly styled, hands tucked casually into the pockets of his designer jacket, and the swagger of someone the world never said no to, Chen Hao was everything she was not. He was the boy everyone wanted to stand near, even if only to catch a bit of the neon glow that followed him everywhere. Once she admired him from afar. Once she thought he was kind. That illusion shattered the day he cornered her behind the school library. She was carrying her old thermos, the scratched metal container holding the same lunch she brought every day. Plain rice, a boiled egg, and whatever vegetables her father had picked up cheaply from the morning market leftovers. Chen Hao leaned against the wall watching her. Behind him, his friends laughed like he was performing a comedy show. What's in the thermos today? He asked. More rice flavored with poverty? The boys erupted in laughter. Lin Qiao froze, fingers tightening around the thermos. She tried to walk past, but he blocked her. Hey, I'm being serious, he said. Why don't you upgrade? Don't you feel embarrassed eating the same thing every day? Oh right. Poor people don't get embarrassed, they're too busy surviving. More laughter. Heat rushed to her face. Her throat tightened. Words tried to form, but died before escaping. Her silence excited him. You know, he continued, lowering his voice. People like you should learn your place. Stop walking around like you're one of us. You're not. Even if you study hard, even if you get top scores, at the end of the day, you'll return to whatever hole you crawled out of. Lin Qiao inhaled sharply. Something inside her cracked. And from that day, she promised herself 3 things. 1. She would never let anyone humiliate her again. 2. She would rise. Even if she rose alone. 3. One day, she'd make sure those who mocked her would regret underestimating her. 2. The city that ate dreams, and made some bigger. 5 years later, Nancheng looked different through the bus window. Neon lights stretched across skyscrapers, construction cranes dotted the skyline, and the city buzzed with dreams, both rising and collapsing on the pavement. Lin Qiao stepped off the bus carrying a single suitcase. She was 22 now, thinner, quieter, but harder in a way nobody could see. She had graduated early from university, working 3 part-time jobs, one in a bakery, one tutoring English, one cleaning offices at night. Her father's health had declined. The hospital bills piled high. She learned to sleep 5 hours and survive, to stretch a single yuan into 2 meals, to endure loneliness like a shadow that clung too closely. She had nothing except grit. And an idea. A small one at first, custom stationery. Her doodles had always caught teachers' eyes. In university, she had sold hand-drawn postcards during holidays. They always sold out. She studied online courses late into the night, learning graphic design, packaging, shipping logistics, and digital marketing. Her first month opening an online shop, she made 430 yuan. The second month, 1,200 yuan. Fourth month, 7,800 yuan. Eventually, the numbers began to climb like a fever. 15,000, 20,000, 50,000 yuan in a single month. Lin Qiao scarcely slept, worked like a machine, ate whatever was cheap and fast. But she was building something. Her own brand. Her own life. Her own identity, not defined by poverty but by power. By 24, she had opened a studio. By 25, she had a team of 5 employees. By 26, her brand was collaborating with influencers and trending on every major platform. And then came the unexpected. Investors. Her packaging designs were unique, her style quietly elegant, her leadership steady. She negotiated hard. She learned to say no. She learned to command a room. Her company grew. And grew. And grew. She kept her lifestyle modest. After years of scarcity, modesty felt safe. But one day, when her father was finally healthy enough to travel, he said something that shook her. "Qiao Qiao, you work so hard. Why do you still live like you're afraid you'll lose everything? Buy something nice for yourself. A house. A good car." She hesitated. But he was right. It was time. At age 27, she signed the papers for her first luxury car. A sleek, obsidian black beauty that purred like a satisfied tiger when the engine started. She drove it out of the dealership, hands trembling on the steering wheel. It wasn't just a car. It was proof. Proof she had survived. Proof she had won. 3. An unexpected crossing. On a crisp autumn morning, Lin Qiao drove to a new business district to sign a partnership contract. The glass tower shimmered in the sunlight, reflecting the clouds like a mirror. She stepped out of her car, adjusting her tailored coat. She had grown into a woman with sharp eyes, confident steps, and the quiet grace of someone who no longer needed to shout to be seen. As she handed her keys to the valet, she heard a voice, familiar, too familiar, call out, "Qiao, Qiao." Her breath caught. She turned slowly, and there he was, Chen Hao, the boy who mocked her poverty. Except he wasn't a boy anymore. His once perfect posture was slouched. His clothes were worn, not stylishly but out of necessity. His hair was unkempt. His face had the weary lines of someone who had hit too many dead ends. For a moment, they simply stared at each other. He spoke first. That's your car?" She smiled politely. "Yes." "You drive that?" "Yes." He blinked rapidly, disbelief etched into his face. "I always thought," he began. "I mean, back then you didn't look like someone who'd end up successful." She didn't flinch. She didn't shrink. She said only people change. He swallowed hard. "Can we talk?" She considered declining, but curiosity won. 5 minutes, she said. They walked to a nearby cafe. He stared at her the whole way, like she was some impossible vision. Inside, he ordered water. She ordered a latte. "How have you been?" she asked, mostly out of politeness. His shoulders slumped. "Not good." Then it spilled out. His family business had collapsed. His father fell into debt. His mother left. The friends he once flaunted disappeared like smoke. As he spoke, he kept stealing glances at her watch, her jewelry, her coat, each one a quiet symbol of what she had built. "You know," he said softly, "I used to think you were beneath me. That no matter how hard you worked, you'd always be what you were in high school." She remained silent. He leaned forward. "But look at you now. You look like someone I'd chase after." He smiled, awkward, hopeful. "Maybe we can start over? As friends? Or more?" Lin Qiao inhaled. Slowly, deeply. And then, she laughed. Not cruelly. Not mockingly. Just honestly. "Chen Hao," she said, "back then you couldn't see my worth. Now you only see what I have." His face paled. She stood, gathering her coat. "People like you don't change," she said calmly. "You chase shine, not substance." And then with a final nod, she walked out, leaving him there, small, stunned, shrinking for the first time. 4. The shadow of the past doesn't let go. But this wasn't the end. A week later, she found him waiting outside her studio. He stumbled toward her, eyes red. "Please," he said. "My father owes money. My job pays almost nothing. I'm desperate. Can you help me? Just a small loan." Her voice remained steady. "Why me?" "Because you're the only one whose number I still have, and the only one who still remembers me." She didn't reply. He dropped to his knees. People walking by stared. "Chen Hao, get up," she said sharply. But he only cried harder. "You don't know what it's like," he said. "To fall from the top. To lose everything. To realize the people who praised you never loved you." She looked at him for a long, unbroken moment. And in that moment, she realized. He had never been strong. Just sheltered. He had never been confident. Just privileged. He had never been superior. Just lucky. And luck ends. She crouched down so they were eye to eye. "Chen Hao," she said quietly. This is life teaching you the lesson you once tried to teach me. Difference is I survived. And I will help you, but not because I owe you anything. He sniffed, looking up hopefully. I'll help you, she repeated. By giving you a job application. His face froze. A job? Yes. My company is hiring warehouse staff. He blinked. You want me to do manual labor? No, she said. I want you to learn value. For a moment, pride warred with desperation in his eyes. Then desperation won. Fine, he whispered. 5. The long route to redemption. The first month was painful, for both of them. The Chen Hao who once strutted like a king now struggled to carry boxes. He dropped items. Arrived late. Complained quietly. Cried in the bathroom once, maybe twice. But Lin Qiao never fired him. Not because she pitied him, but because she believed even the fallen deserved a chance to rise again. One evening, as she left the office, she saw him wiping down tables in the warehouse. Sweat soaked his shirt. His hands were raw. He looked up. Why are you helping me? He asked. Really? She paused. You hurt me, she said. You humiliated me. You made my teenage years harder than they had to be. His gaze dropped. But, she continued, I refuse to become the kind of person who hurts others just because they once hurt me. He swallowed hard. You're stronger than me. No, she said gently. I'm simply someone who learned early what it means to suffer. For the first time he smiled, not arrogantly, not charmingly, but with humility. And he said, thank you. 6. The final turn. 6 months passed. Chen Hao changed, not instantly but unmistakably. He worked hard. He stopped complaining. He learned to value effort, to respect others, to apologize openly. One day he approached Lin Qiao, a resignation letter in his hand. I found a new job, he said. Better pay. Better growth. I wanted your blessing. She smiled. You have it. He took a deep breath. And I wanted to say sorry. Not just for the past months. For high school. For the cruelty. The arrogance. The ignorance. She nodded. I forgive you. He blinked fast. Really? Yes, she said. But I don't forget. Forgiveness isn't a door back into my life. It's a door out of my anger. He laughed softly. That's fair. They shook hands. And parted ways. 7. Epilogue. A luxury car passes by. A year later, Lin Qiao parked her luxury car outside a hillside tea house overlooking Nancheng. As she stepped out, she spotted a familiar figure across the street. Chen Hao, dressed in a clean uniform, holding a clipboard, supervising a small delivery team. He looked good. Not rich. Not flashy. But grounded. He noticed her. Smiled. Nodded with genuine respect. She smiled back before sliding into her car. As the engine purred and she drove down the winding road, she realized something. Her success wasn't defined by wealth. It was defined by who she had become. Even when no one was watching. And so the girl once mocked for her poverty drove away in her luxury car. Strong, steady, and unshakably free.